Good day, class. So this is the fourth module for this course, speech writing. So and this will be the first video also. So for this module, the topic that I'll be treating is types of speech and the ethics of speech writing in English. So the content of the module entails types of speech. There are different types of speech. The major ones include expository speech, analytical speech, speech of introduction, speech of presentation, speech of acceptance, commemorative speech or speech of tribute. We have after dinner speech. We have persuasive speech, inspirational speech, and the ethics of. We'll also be looking at the ethics of good writing or speech making. For the introduction, we have uh, since we've in our previous module we've been able to wrap up our look at on communication. So now let's dive into speech writing, a fascinating subject. Just like communication, speech comes in many forms also, each with its own specific circumstances. We have the types of speech now. We have expository speech. An expository speech is a type of speech that aims to inform the audience about a specific topic. The speaker's goal is to present information in a clear, concise, and objective manner, helping the audience to understand the subject matter. The structure of an expository speech typically includes an introduction, body, paragraphs, and a conclusion. The introduction should grab the audience's attention and provide a brief overview of the topic. As we all know, then the body paragraphs delves into the main points, which provides providing supporting details, examples, and evidence to explain the topic thoroughly, while the conclusion summarizes the key information and leaves the audience with a clear path. So now let's look at the analytical speech. An analytical speech is a presentation that focuses on examining and interpreting a specific topic or issue. The speaker aims to break down the subject into its component parts, analyze the relationship between them, and draw conclusions based on the evidence presented. So the structure of an analytical speech typically involves an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion, just like the expository speech also. The introduction sets the stage by introducing the topic and also providing the context. The body paragraphs delves into the analysis, presenting different aspects of the subject matter, examining their difference and supporting the analysis with evidence and examples, while the conclusion part also summarizes the key findings and offer insights or interpretation. Also, we have speech of introduction. We have a speech of introduction is a brief presentation given to introduce a speaker to an audience. Its purpose is to provide context, establish the speaker's credibility, and generate interest in their upcoming presentation. The structure of a speech of introduction typically includes also a few key elements. First, we have the introducer should state the speaker's name clearly. Then they provide a brief overview of the speaker's background, the speaker's qualification, and the speaker's achievements, and accomplishments. So highlighting relevant information that establishes their expertise on the topic they are coming to give speech on. So now we have speech of presentation. This is a type of speech that is used when presenting someone a gift, an award, or some other form of public recognition. That is according to Lucas 2001, page 440. A speech of presentation is a formal speech given to award a prize, honor, or recognition to an individual or group. Its purpose is to acknowledge the recipient's achievement, express appreciation, and celebrate their accomplishments. So now the structure of a speech of presentation typically includes an introduction, a body, and a conclusion also. The introduction begins by stating the purpose of the presentation and acknowledging the occasion, while the body provides background information about the award person. So now let's move on to a speech of acceptance. We have a speech of acceptance is a speech given by an individual or group upon receiving an award, honor, or recognition. Its purpose is to express gratitude. This is the speech that the awardee gives in any organization to express gratitude and acknowledge those who contributed to the achievement and share personal reflections. The structure of a speech of acceptance typically also includes an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The introduction begins with expressing gratitude to the presenter and the organization bestowing the award. The body acknowledges those who played a significant role in the recipient's success, such as mentors, colleagues, and family and friends. Sorry. It may also include personal reflection on the journey and the meaning of the recognition. And we have the concluding part also. So now let's move on to commemorative speech or speech of tribute. This is a type of speech written to eulogize a person, a group of people, an institution, or an idea. It informs and inspires the audience to appreciate the entity being praised. It should go it should go beyond biography. If it concerns a person, it should generate a deep sense of respect in the audience. That is according to Gregory 2002. A commemorative speech, also known as speech of tribute, is a speech given to honor and celebrate a person, event, or an idea. Its purpose is to pay respect, express admiration, and reflect on the significance of subjects being commemorated. So we have after dinner speech, and this is also a speech meant to entertain, making a thoughtful point about its subject in a light-hearted way. It is not expected to be technical or argumentative. At the same time, it should not be treated like frivolity. So an after-dinner speech is a speech delivered after a meal at a formal setting or formal event, such as a banquet or dinner party. Its purpose is to entertain, amuse, and provide a light-hearted conclusion to the event. The structure of this after-dinner speech also includes an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So we have the persuasive speech. This is a speech designed to convince the audience to accept the speaker's viewpoint or point of view or take a specific action. Its purpose is to influence the audience's beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors. The structure of a persuasive speech typically includes an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The introduction grabs the audience's attention, states the speaker's position, and previews the main point. The body also presents arguments, evidence, and supporting details to persuade the audience. It may also use logical reasoning, emotional appeals, and credibility building. So now let's move on to the other types of speech, which is the inspirational speech. This is a type of speech which tries to stimulate listeners to a high level of feeling or activity. That is according to Gregory 2002. An inspirational speech is a speech given to motivate, to encourage, and uplift the audience. Its purpose is to inspire listeners to believe in themselves, pursue their goals, and overcome challenges. So the structure of also it includes introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So it may also focus on themes such as resilience, perseverance, and the power of belief. And the conclusion summarizes the key points in this type of speech. We have the ethics of speech writing. We have one, each profession is backed up by ethics. The ethics of good writing refers to the principles and standards that guide writers to produce high quality, responsible, and respectful content. Speech writing is guided by the following ethics as it is identified by Powers 1993. So no one should knowingly promote something as true that they honestly believe to be fake. No one should suggest a greater degree of uncertainty about their beliefs than their evidence will actually support. No one should misuse their valuable fact to support their cause. We have no one should also withhold information that might be relevant to the issue under discussion. No one should distort information to make it conform to his or her own position. So in conclusion, the types of speech identified that are identified above or in the previous slide are the foundational ones. There may be additional or minor categories depending on the classification purpose. Speech has been analyzed in this manner to illustrate its diversity and to emphasize the necessity for speech writers to avoid generalization, instead recognizing the uniqueness of each occasion in order to craft the most appropriate speech for it. Thank you.